Alright, so what we have here is a quick video on how to replace your steel lines, and hopefully I'll get to show you guys that it's not that complicated. I remember being young and a brake hose was a piece of cake to replace. A brake line, however, to me, anyway, when I was younger, sounded like a big job. But it really isn't. Anyways, so we got these dainty little aluminum drums from the Datsun. This particular brake line, I think, is in okay shape. I mean, there's rust on the outside, but the insides could be okay. If they break, whatever. The beauty of it is that you can replace one piece at a time. So if I button all this up and I find a leak somewhere in this one, I can just replace it too. What you're gonna need is, if you break your line, is to look for your specific size. So I took my rod and hose, this one's brand new, to the parts store, and if you look inside here, that, let me see, is an inverted flare line. It's basically in a cup. There's bubble flare and an inverted flare, or standard flare. That's what you're going to be looking for. So this one, being an older car, is standard flare. So you got to make sure the flare is right. Then you got to make sure the thread is actually right. This being an older Japanese car, it's not going to be standard thread, it's going to be metric thread. So that's going to be written right here. So you're not just looking for length and a size that matches the diameter of the line. You're looking for this. So the diameter and the thread is okay, but see right here where my thumb says, it says metric thread. That's key. And then if you have the actual hose, like this little $10 rubber hose, and you can thread it in there and match it up, then you know it's good. So that's all there is to it. I know Napa for sure sells, they're white, they're not coated like this. Lines that, let me get rid of this since we're not going to be using it, and you guys already read it. Napa has lines that are very easy to bend. This isn't too easy to bend, but however, it does still bend by hand. Right. Now, let me get under here. See, I'm gonna have to bend like a little thing in here. Go down and to the right. No, up and then around. Okay, got it. So you got to be careful with these. This is the harder line, and not kink it. So I could be using, if you can. So I got to go up, right? There's actual tools to use to bend these. However, I've found that the tools are lacking. The bends aren't really any better than whatever you could do yourself. So now you can see I got a couple small tool marks on here, but nothing too crazy. Then I got to make the other portion of it. You can see once it bends, it starts to collapse the tube a little bit. So you don't want to check your work often. See, I need a sharper bend. Got it. Sharper series of bends. I think what I'm going to do is go like so. Check it for a second. See that? Threads into the wheel cylinder. And I know that for a fact before I even came here from the parts store, because I brought pieces of the rotten rubber hose with me. I threw that away at the parts store. I would show you the kind of damage it has. So now it's loosely threaded in there. The flare can move, and I could use it to bend the rest as I need. Go around. Okay, so now take the hose. You thread it in there loosely. And you triple check. Now I got that in there. I'm following the radii. Make sure there's no interference. Now this is key. This is going to be my emergency brake. Go around, make sure it follows that radius. So no moving parts touch any of my brake hose. And it should be good to tighten it up. And that's all really there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. Quick little 7-minute video. Sorry, 7:30 is what it's going to come out to, on how to replace your steel lines. Again, when I was younger, it seemed like a big job to me, but hopefully this explains to you guys that it really isn't. You buy an old hoopty with no brake pressure because the brake hoses or brake lines are all shot, strike a better deal. Obviously there's work to be done. However, don't shy away from it. If it's got a good motor, then maybe replacing a $10 hose and a $5 steel line. Because think about it, like, this is good, right? But how good is it? Is it better than my brand new piece? No, it's not. However, had all these been better, you know, if I was buying this car from somebody and the brakes worked well, the price would reflect that. However, if the brakes don't work well and you have to tow them home and you spend $20 in materials, but you have brand new brake hardware, that to me is a better deal. Especially if you save a few hundred, you know. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully that explained for everything. Thanks for watching, and watch my other videos. I do differentials and all kind of stuff, and I race. There's the old Firebird. I don't know if you can't see it. There you go. We got Instagram, Facebook. Look at the pictures. We do old bikes too. I just sold this to a buddy of mine. And hopefully we get this little Datsun racing pretty soon, because you know how it is. You spend some money, but you want to actually get a return on it instead of just sitting at home looking pretty, or ugly in this case. Take care, guys.